So this is an exercise in drawing blocks. When we want to draw something that we're going to use quite frequently, it's convenient to make it into a block or a symbol. So an example of that is this little machining symbol here that you see, specifying the 3.2 micron surface finish on the face of the bracket. We've got a 1.6 micron symbol here as the inner surface of for the bearing. So let's start a new drawing. And what we do first of all is draw that symbol, which I happen to know. I'm going to put my polar tracking on a 30-degree angle, and I happen to know that this thing is, we haven't got our polar tracking on yet. Just check that it's right. Yep. So I know that this thing is at an angle of 60 degrees and each side of it is 5 millimeters. Just zoom that up. 5 and then 5 again. And we've got a line across there and a line across the bottom. Not getting a line horizontal there for some reason. I'll just extend it out the other way like so. Okay, so we need some text. Single line text is good. Start point roughly there. Height, we'll leave it at 2.5, and this one is going to be a 3.2 symbol. So there's our symbol. I should have had it on the dimension layer in red. Let's just quickly set up a dimension layer here. And we'll give it a color of red and make it current. So this symbol is supposed to be on that layer. Now we want to use this thing over and over again, so what we do is make it into a block. On our insert menu, we've got an option here under block definition to create a block and create a right block. Difference is that if we create a block, it's available within this drawing. If we create a double W block or a right block, it writes it out as an external drawing, and we can get it from any drawing and bring it in. So I'll do create block first. We have to give it a name. I'm going to call it fin32. Pick a base point for it, which is the point we'll be hanging on to when we insert it into our drawing. We have to select the objects that are going in the block, which is obviously all of those. Now there's a few other options here. When we insert, or when we finish this creating the block, do we want to keep the original as lines and arcs? Do we want to convert this instance to a block, or do we want to delete it altogether? Doesn't matter much, we'll just convert it to a block. We'll come back to these other options, I think, and we'll just OK that. And if we select that now, it's one single entity, so it's a block or a symbol. We can get access to it by the insert command, block insert, and there it is, fin32. OK, and we can insert that as many times as we like. It's trying to scale it in all directions. I'll just say scale factor of 1. We don't want to rotate it. And there it is, once again, exactly the same as a block. Now, if we want to change that block, two ways we can do it. We can either explode it, which was back on our modify menu. Here it is up the side. Explode that. and that makes it an original drawing as opposed to being one entity, but it's cut off its connection with the block. But we can then go and change that and make it into a different symbol and then make a block of that. Now if we make a W block as opposed to a block, a right block, I'm going to have to select objects again because I don't have a block to make it from. The point will be the base, objects once again, and we have to give it a name. Now this is going into my temporary directory. I may already have one there. I'm just going to call it fin16 .dwg, and OK. It says I've already got one there, I'll just replace it. Now what that has done is, if we have a look in our temp directory, somewhere it's created, you can see on the date of today, this fin32, and if I go to a new drawing, I can then insert that block. There's no blocks in this drawing. I can browse to the directory that I created it in and insert that into the drawing. So there's a quick run through blocks.